Hey, how's it going? Today I'm going to be bringing you a deck profile of my Shaddoll zombie. It's a pretty fun deck. I know I've been showing a lot of Shaddoll variants on my channel, but hopefully you enjoy, and if you decide to build this deck, hopefully this helps you out. But yeah, so starting off with the monsters, of course. 3 unit zombie. Pretty standard for zombie builds. 3 mathematician. Now this more coincides with the Shaddolls, but it does help out the zombie engine. Next, 2 Shaddoll Solitaire. You can run that at 3 if you have it. 2 Shaddoll Windy. Just a really powerful card. And I usually say that should be at 3 in most decks, but for this specific one, I feel 2 is fine. And also one that I usually say should be at 3 would be the Shaddoll Squamata. But in this build, I felt 3 was way too many, so I cut it down to 2. Next, the boss monster for these zombies is Doom King Boulder Roach. Just a crazy card. If you haven't read it, look it up. That's pretty crazy card effect. 2 Mizuki. 3 is just too bricky. For the hand traps, I do run 2, and that's Ash, Blossom, and Joyous Spring, just because it is a zombie. And, I mean, a tuner, but that doesn't come up too much. But the zombie part is really nice. If you have Boulder Roach and you don't have Zombie World out, you could activate Ash Blossom and trigger Boulder Roach's effect, since it is a zombie. Never rolled Banshee. You can probably bump that up to 2 if you really want to, but I kept it at 1. 1 Vampire Fraulein. Really strong card. And then 1 Glow Bloom. Just gets you to your Boulder Roach or your Fraulein. 1 Shaddoll Hedgehog. 1 Shaddoll Beast. And because I'm running a pretty low light count, I decided to put in the Quad Shaddoll Kaios, just for the attribute, really. And then 1 Shaddoll Falco. To run off the monsters, 1 Perform Mage Trick Clown as the other light target. Up to the spells. Of course, 3 Zombie World. Just a really good card, especially against a lot of decks like Dragon Link and a few others out there. Even it could do pretty good against dinosaurs. It does slow them down, but yeah. Next, the 3 Shaddoll Fusion, of course. And then, because I wanted to add a draw power and a discard outlet, I run the 3 Dark World Dealings. Just a really strong card that I feel is kind of a bit underrated, but maybe that's just me. And then 2 El Shaddoll Fusion. I want to try to run as many fusion cards as possible. And also 2 Super Polymerization. To run off the main deck, the 1 Foolish Burial. And that is a 40 card main deck. Off to the extra really quick. 2 El Shaddoll Winda. Just because you run so many darks. 1 El Shaddoll Grista, just to go into, because you do have the Ash Blossom and the Shaddoll Solitaire as the fire targets. 1 Draco Necro, another Soul Dragon, just for Super Poly, and it's a really strong card. 1 El Shaddoll Construct, just because you don't run too many lights, so I felt 1 would be good. 1 Starving Venom Fusion, Super Poly, of course. And then 1 I am running at 2, which isn't really standard, is the El Shaddoll Shikanaga. Just because I run Mizuki, and there might be a time where I want to get both of them to the graveyard, and that's a way to do it. Off to the Synchros, I play a really small Synchro lineup. 1 Black Rose Dragon, and 1 Psyframe Lord Omega. Oh, that's kind of hard to get on camera. Then the Lynx Shaddoll Construct, just another fusion. 1 Evandred Savior, one Vampire Sucker. And I put one Appaloosa Bow the Goddess in. If you don't have that, you can run Boral Load or another construct, or just really anything that you have access to wouldn't be a bad spot, or wouldn't be a bad card. And the Boral Sword Dragon, just for the FTKs, like usual. Really quickly, I'll go ahead and do a test hand. I've been enjoying doing that in the past couple of videos. Kind of just shows you, how the deck plays a bit, and it also doesn't make the video all that much longer. So I'll just really quickly shuffle it a few times. If this helped you out, consider leaving a like and a comment if you have any questions. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And if you did like the content on this channel, it'd be appreciated. But yeah, let's go and get into a quick little test hand. Alright, so that's actually pretty strong. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and do Solitaire first. Of course, I'm going to be test hand. This test hand will be with no interruptions. I know it's unlikely in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! But, for the sake of this test hand, I'll go and play without interruptions. But Shiranui Solitaire, use his effect to summon a tuner with 0 defense from the main deck, which I will be grabbing the Unizombie, of course. And then, let's see. I'll go ahead and activate Foolish Burial, sending the Necro Banshee. Necro Banshee will banish to activate a zombie roll from the deck. And then you can use Unizombie's effect to discard one from deck, which will be Glow Bloom. He'll get a level. Glow Bloom will banish itself to summon Boulderoach. You can do defense or attack, it don't really matter. And then go ahead and shuffle it up real quick. And then you can activate Dark World Dealing, drawing one card and discarding one card. So probably the best would be Falco, since Falco was discarded by a card effect, which is Unizombie is not cost, by the way, just in case you're wondering that. Falco would get its effect, I believe, and or actually it wasn't even discarded by Unizombie, it was discarded by Dark World Dealings, my bad. And then special summon itself. And then what you can do is you can link to, just to get into, you can either go into your Vampire Sucker or your Avengard, which I'll go and go into the Vampire Sucker, sorry, just to get that draw for when Boulderoach comes out during the standby phase. But that would be the inboard. Zombie World, really good. It's going to slow down some decks. You'll have some plays with the Fraulein. Whenever a zombie monster attacks, you can special summon her, and then give your zombie monsters attack or defense, and then Mathematician to set up next turn. But yeah, so standby phase would come out, Boulderoach would come out. You would get a draw off of Vampire Sucker, which is Unizombie, and there's nothing really for Falco, so that's unfortunate. If it's destroyed by a card effect, it can bring itself back, but yeah. So, I mean, you would have a negate and a banish at, your disposal. And if they, let's say they got rid of Vampire Sucker and your Falco, next turn, get the Ash, and then you can just go off from there. You could go ahead and either summon the Unizombie or the Mathematician, which would probably be Unizombie. Unizombie would send like a Mizuki, and you can just keep going from there. So yeah, it's a really fun deck. I feel it's pretty consistent as well. And like I said before, if you enjoyed it, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.